Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing to this channel. William Samoei Ruto's government is in a serious panic mode. Why am I saying that? Both Senate Assembly and National Assembly is showing an indication of rejecting a budget bill of 2023. As we speak now, William Ruto believes and he has assurance in his mind that this budget bill is going to be passed by his members of parliament who are close allied to him. As we speak now, there are members of parliament that have come out to show their expression of concern towards this budget bill of 2023. As the repercussions that are awaiting them is that people and Kenyans are very keen watching them if truly they are going to make this bill to pass. This evening, I read a certain statement from Samson Cherargei. Cherargei has come out to say that if members of parliament or other Kenyans wants to paralyze this government, let them come out reject the budget bill of 2023 of this government. Then Kenyans are coming out to say, if it is about paralyzing this government, let us paralyze it. Because the taxation that is there is very high, that life to cope up with is not going to be an easy thing at all. Secondly, members of parliament who are close allies to William Samoei Ruto, and a bigger percentage of them are coming from Mount Kenya region, have come out to say that there is a possibility of them rejecting this bill. Because accepting that bill is going to derail the common life of Mwananchi, who elected them and gave them appointment to those houses and those offices. So for them, they have come out to realize that this budget bill of 2023 is not just only hostile to the people, but also is going to derail and also their re-election of 2027. Why am I saying that? I've also watched and read certain and different statements from these members of parliament. When you look at Gathoni wa Muchomba, came out also claiming that the budget is seriously going to give headache to common wananchi. Secondly, is a member of parliament from Gatundu South constituency saying that the budget though is not going to accommodate common wananchi as far as the common life is so bitter to them. Now, when you look at the seriousness of these members of parliament, because you know that some people who are coming out talking it, giving the expression out, but there are some who believes that be it night or day, they will not accept that kind of bill, because this is like a trick of William Samoei Ruto towards them in accordance to where they were elected from. So the possibility is that there's a bigger percentage that is likely going to reject this budget bill of 2023, and also the Azimio team, the opposition, a bigger percentage of members of parliament are going to reject this. And if, of course, this budget bill of 2023 is going to be rejected, ladies and gentlemen, mark my words, this government is going to be paralyzed. Number one. Number two, even despite of these members of parliament will fight hard after being given an authority to pass it from the above, then there's a possibility again paralyzing this government. Why? Number one, the doctors gave an alarming statement through their secretary, Dr. Panyako, saying that they will ensure that this kind of bill is not going to be in our country. Because in any case it's going to be in our country, then the people are going to face the wrath of this bill. Why? Because this government is fighting to high tax Kenyans, or they're raising taxation to ensure that they're going to arrest this milking debts that they're feeling now. So they want to high tax Kenyans so that they can pay these debts that are giving them a lot of problem. And number two, they want, at the same time, they want to build the economy. So as they prefer not to borrow, at the same time, they want to pay debts, at the same time, they want to high tax Kenyans, at the same time, they want to build economy. Something that I'm against this government is one. They are lying to us that they're planning to high tax Kenyans so that they should not borrow, or so that they should stop borrowing. When you look at this government, wanakopa, at the same time the high taxation is there. Which is which? Because I had their advisor, David Indi, coming out to say that we have two options. Two options. Number one option is either to borrow. Either to borrow and not to high tax Kenyans. Number two, high tax Kenyans and not to borrow. So those are three priorities. But when you look at these priorities of David Indi and this government, is that I have realized that they're doing these things at the same time. They are borrowing. Mtu asikudanganya hii serikali wa borrow. They are borrowing. At the same time they are borrowing. At the same time they are high taxing Kenyans. So when you look at the perspective and also their motive towards this issue of budget of 2023 budget bill, it is really going to milk Kenyans, and you're going to see hell with your two eyes. Because when you look at several issues that they are addressing, it's not coming to have impact with common mwananchi. Because at the same time, these people are telling us that they don't want to borrow. At the same time, they raise the high taxation. But when you look at the real situation, is that this is going to affect common mwananchi. So these members of parliament must come out critically to oppose this budget bill of 2023. Why? Because William Ruto is explaining for us that when you look at almost 20 items, he has reduced the budget bill, the taxation percentage. Then you want to tell Kenyans that about 20% of this bill that you have reduced the high taxation. Then common mwananchi is asking themselves, you're telling us that at the same time you want not to borrow, but you are borrowing. At the same time, you are high taxing Kenyans because you don't want to borrow, but you're still borrowing. At the same time, you're telling Kenyans that you are saving so that the life of common mwananchi should be in a well perspective, realigned in good manner. But when I look at their point of view towards this budget, is giving us a lot of problem and also a lot of worry. Why? Because this high taxation is going to be experienced as we start June. Then, if any case, they are not going to relook this, then if the bill is not going to be passed, at the same time, the government is going to be paralyzed. If the bill is going to be passed, then mark my words, the government is going to still be paralyzed. So they don't have any option. They don't have any option. As we speak now, they don't have any option. The option is consider common mwananchi, even despite that they want to pay debts, at the same time they want to build the economy. This issue of economy, they said that they had formulas. What happened? What happened? That is the big question that Kenyans are asking. So as they are going to discuss this, I know a bigger percentage of members of parliament that are close allies to UDA and Kenya Kwanza are going to reject this. What are your thoughts? Just watch and see.